And one of the great things about bringing the students here, for example, is that this is the chamber where the Act of Union was debated in 1799 and 1800. This was the House of Lords where the final assent was given to that bill. And one of the things I do is I bring my students here and we reenact those debates, but we don't do it using the traditional old-fashioned language of the 18th century. The students reinterpret and rework the students in modern language, in a modern context, using modern phrases and modern references, and that brings the debate alive so that the students say afterwards that it was the most terrifying thing they had to do during their time as a history student, but afterwards it gave them great confidence, because we want our students to be confident and articulate and not being afraid of expressing their opinion in public and coming up with their own ideas. But maybe we don't do enough to develop those skills, and maybe we don't do enough to develop that sense of confidence. And I always bring in an external judge and adjudicator. In one year it was George Hook, and he brought a great amount of character and personality to it. Last year we had Mr. Justice Adrian Hardiman of the Supreme Court. So the students know that we're taking it seriously, and therefore they take it seriously. There's a prize for the winning team, there's a penalty, the losing team have an essay to do, and it adds a sense of fun and excitement to it. And in a way that's what teaching should be. It should be fun and it should be exciting. If a student is afraid going into a class, well then we failed as teachers. If a student isn't enjoying what they're studying, well then we failed as teachers, because they've signed up to do a degree and we should be bringing that subject alive. That the reason why so many of us become academics is because someone inspired us when we were students. And we have that obligation to inspire students in the same way. And whether that's by bringing them on field trips or engaging with them in class, or just letting the students know that it's all right for them to make mistakes, that we'll make mistakes when we're teaching them, that we'll try things that won't work, so that they shouldn't be afraid of trying things that don't work. And I suppose when you start off teaching, you want to think you have all the answers, and you're afraid of letting the students know that you don't. Whereas as you become more experienced, you realize that sometimes that's the best thing you can show to the students, that you can show them that you don't have all the answers either, but that you can work with them to go about trying to find those answers. And when we talk about students from different backgrounds, non-traditional backgrounds and so on, we have to accept that so many of our students are coming from a different learning environment. They're used to Twitter and Facebook and social networking sites. They're used to getting most of their information online. It's not from going to the library and reading books. So we have to devise teaching strategies that reflect the needs of the new generation. And that's traditional students as well as non-traditional students. So we have to be innovative. We have to recognize that in the 21st century, learning and teaching will be done in a different way. And we have to be prepared to try new things, be innovative, and be prepared to fail. And that's the only way that we can really ensure that our students get the kind of rounded education, the inspiring education that we really try to achieve as educators.